to get raped.
You do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're wearing MAGA shoes in
Yeah.
West Hollywood.
Yeah, I am. I'm wearing my dope-ass MAGA
like
shoes.
I said, go back a rapist.
Yeah.
He's convicted for rape. It's
Not.
also illegal to film somebody in California.
Oh, what are you
without
going to do
their
about
consent.
it?
Nothing, you dumb ugly bitch.
Wouldn't
You've
know.
definitely been raped and you're okay with it.
You're so insane. You're so
I'm insane
nuts.
that you're filming a stranger.
Yeah, because you're literally saying you hope I get raped.
I hope you get what you deserve.
Wait, what do you hope?
That you get what you deserve.
What do I deserve? I mean, at least have the balls.
I have balls.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
You seem very fucking normal.
You're
What about
down with the
Biden
rape.
showering with his daughter and she wrote about it? When
Biden's
she's a
not running for
teenager.
president, you idiot.
He's the current president.
He's not running, you dumb shit.
I mean, hey, I'm just excited to make you famous.
Like I said, it's illegal to film people in the state.
What are you
going to
do about it?
Nothing. I don't even care.
Okay, then go.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to it. Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. How are you guys doing this Friday? We opened up with a crazy clip. That's pretty insane. I can't believe that people in California are treating just random strangers like that, walking up to them and in the worst ways of insulting them and wishing violent assault against them. That is just insane that you would just walk up to someone because of their shoes, start yelling at them, and then they take out a phone and they're the villain because they're videotaping your crazy attitude. Like, what the hell? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, we're going to be covering what we normally do. This on Friday, we're going to be going over some of the current political news. And of course, we'll do a little bit on the Israeli-Palestine conflict while it's going on, like we do every Friday. So as long as the war is going on, we'll do a little bit on it. At least we'll continue for now doing that. We might end up changing it up later on after the new year. But okay, guys, let's get into it and do it. Go down there, make sure you hit the like button for me. Make sure you leave a comment, and please go down there, smash that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you can get all my stuff. It really helps us out when you guys subscribe. So we really appreciate it if you guys go down there and just make a little click. It's only a little thing for you, but it's huge for me. And if you like this video, please go and share it. And don't forget to check out our Discord at Conservative Confucius server. And go check out our merch store at www.streamlabs.com/conservative Confucius/merch. That's streamlabs.com/conservative Confucius/merch. All right, guys, let's get down to it and do it. Here we go. We're going to be opening up with a few different things and mainly current election news we're going to be doing. So let's go over that. All right, here we go. So right here, you have, this is from Wall Street Apes. Election workers are refusing to take ID for people when they vote. Americans try and give ID to the worker and they say, oh, I'm not allowed to look at that. I'm sorry. Confirmed, even if the signatures do not match, they will still not check ID. So they don't even need to know your signature. They don't need a signature on hand for signature verification. They don't need any of that. And this is what's going on. I mean, this is shit you would find in like a country that had just been, had a revolution and they're doing a voting system, like some banana republic or crazy dictatorship. Like, oh yeah, we don't really need any of that. We'll just count the votes. And it's like, cool. How do we know they're not fraudulent? How do you know that you're not going to mess with ours because our signature, it's just insane. All right, so let's watch this.
You got to go to.
Hello, how are you?
I'm not allowed to look at that unless it says so.
Oh, I gotta check it out.
What's so not right?
That is crazy.
That's just crazy. It's absolutely insane.
The other way.
You can tell all these women are Democrats just by looking at them. Just look. Just look. Democrat, obviously. Democrat, obviously. Democrat, most likely. Maybe not for this person, but everyone else looks like Democrats.
But they're still not going to check it.
They're still not going to check your ID. That's crazy.
The better part is that not only did they not ask for my ID, when my signature didn't match what they had on file, they asked me just to sign a piece of paper that it's me. They did not ask for my identification.
And there you have. That's a corrupt system. That's corruption.
That's not just corrupt. That's fraudulent system,
To the
buddy.
core. New York needs voter IDs because you could go in, and my father's been dead since 2019, without any ID and cast another vote. And that's disgraceful to every soldier who died for this Constitution.
Agreed. And this is posted by the older millennial. More stuff going on in Pennsylvania. So Buckstown just lost a case for doing basically what they're doing right now. And now Levittown, PA is doing it. So you have Bucks County, now Levittown, PA. And they're all going to get hopefully dealt with. But this is insane. This is the last day of early voting today. So like I'm going to vote in like right after I'm done filming this. I'm not even going to edit this. I'm literally going to vote right after this. So this is just insane.
The answer is no. So that
I'll be happy. Give me your receipt. Take your name on it.
yeah, take a picture. You can take a picture. My name is Michael Bannon. Let's not do that. So my name is Michael Bannon. You can fill this out. We'll do the best we can. I have no problem. I've tried my best. You can fill this
Oh
out.
no, this is even worse. Okay, so what he's saying is, hi, my name's this person. You guys can't come in right now, but if you tell me hold on, it's hard to hear. Let's see.
My name is Michael Bannon. Let's not do that. So my name is Michael Bannon. You can fill this out. We'll do the best we can. I have no problem. I've tried my best. You can fill this out.
On the top of your ballot, put if you want it mailed to your house or if you want to pick it up Thursday. Pick it up Thursday. You can, if you elect Thursday, you can come here Thursday and pick up your ballot.
No,
They will
I'm
process
a
your
volunteer, but
application
I will be
in the
happy
next
to do
couple
so.
days.
Give it. I'll do it.
And then you'll pick up your
Thank
ballot.
you. That he handed it in to me. Yes, I'll do that.
That's okay. So a couple people are talking about, it seems like registering to vote. Yeah. And then the other people, he's like, okay, well, what do I do with my ballot if I have it today? And he's like, oh, well, you can give me that. He's telling them to just hand their ballots directly to him, which is illegal. You cannot hand your ballot to anyone other than a poll worker inside to a machine or to them directly to put in a box. You cannot hand anybody your ballot other than those people in the correct places. They're outside the building. That is beyond illegal. That is outside the facility. That is, your ballot would be technically void for violating the law. Both of you would be in trouble. Like, this is insane. He's saying, oh, just leave your ballots with us and we'll scan them through the machine later. That is beyond illegal. So we're going to do more election stuff, but I wanted to cover this story. I saw this and I thought it was important.
Even more.
Posted by Libs of TikTok. A illegal alien from Honduras, who's only 17 years old, by the way, was graping multiple children in a trailer park as young as 4 years old, and they were enrolled at a local school. And this is all due to Kamala's border policies. We all know that.
A Bonneville High School student confessed to molesting young children. Andres Fuentes reports police are searching for even more victims.
Neighbors at Airline Oaks Trailer Park say they had no idea that, according to police, their neighbor, 17-year-old Luis Renan Bonilla Alfaro, was molesting children in their trailer park.
By the way, he had gotten in trouble prior to ever coming to America for doing this, and now he's doing it here.
Truthfully, no one told us anything about what happened last night.
Kenner police arrested the teen Monday night after a 911 call warned officers of the alleged crime.
Jeez. Over here, we hadn't heard any kind of rumors that things were going on involving children.
As a community leader, that tugs at your heartstrings.
Kenner Police Chief Keith Conley says after officers arrested the teen, he admitted to molesting a 4-year-old boy and a 7-year-old boy. And when investigators accessed his phone, they say that they found photos and videos of the molestations and even a third unnamed victim.
I consider this person to be a serial sex offender.
And not only that, they should be actually. I believe that stuff like this doesn't just belong in the 2, 3, 4, even 10-year prison sentences like these people get. Child porn should get automatically, 20 years, and anybody who does crimes like this shouldn't just get a light, sentence. Even under 20 years, I think, is ridiculous. They should be getting a minimum of 40 plus years. Any type of crimes against children like this deserve a minimum of 40 plus years. And I think, child corn, because I can't say the other word, should be a minimum of a 25 to life sentence, while the other stuff like this should be an automatic 40 to life. And really, I would like it to be the death sentence, but that's not going to be all over the country available. So, in the states that it's not, I would like it to be, basically a life sentence. And in the other states that still have, death sentence, it should be, done that way.
Thank you.
I meme, therefore I am. Why spend millions of dollars on voting machines that have repeatedly proven to keep malfunctioning? This is in New Jersey. Okay, I remember this. This is crazy.
I think it's because I voted for Trump. It doesn't work.
I see what happened, but yeah, you have the person who tell them you want them off the mail ballot. But we can, yeah.
Yeah, so he prints it. And it says ballot not read. I don't know if he goes all the way to the screen, but you can see it. Not read.
Pulling this out.
And so they literally have to take his ballot out of the machine. And then they say, we're going to put it in this one. And it scans it, but it's not actually scanning it. It's just sucking it in. And it goes into this little box. And he's like, so my ballot's going in there. I would have not let them do that. I would have said, okay, thank you. I would have ripped the ballot up and gone to another place to vote and say, I want this ballot void on the system, and said I haven't voted. And I'm going to go to another place to see if I can vote there and have the ballot work. I would refuse to do this. I would continue to try and get it done either there or another place. I'm not letting some random person count my vote a few days later. Like, that's not happening.
Right.
So you see right here,
where?
He takes it out and he
How do I
puts it
know
in
it's
that
being
thing.
counted?
See?
Well, let's get
In
this
that box.
right. It's in here.
I don't care
Right.
if it's in there.
Everybody else that voted in this machine. This is return. This is locked. And this
I don't
is
care.
sealed.
But did it read it?
Yes,
No.
there's.
Then how do you
as
know
long
that?
as it was
Then if it hasn't read it, why is it in there with the rest that have been read? Because the ones in there have been read. They have already gone through the system and been counted. So why would you stick a vote inside of a box with other votes that have been counted? How do they know that your vote is the one vote that was not counted properly? How do they know that? I mean, do they just have it in this, like, are they going through and they see, okay, that name's in the system, that name's in the system. Oh, that one is it. We need to count this one. How do they, is that what they're doing? Because if not, then they're not counting anything. It's just sitting in there and it's going to be already counted because those are already counted votes. It's bullshit. It's untrustworthy, unsafe. And people need to be sure that their votes are going to count in the election.
print on that card and not blank, and everything you picked is on that card. Whoever you
So?
It will be read
Okay.
after 8 p.m.
Okay.
the night of the election.
Hand read, I guess.
No, computer.
The computer would read.
Then why can it read on the night of the election when this can't read on it now? What's going to be the difference? If another machine can do it later, why can't this one? Like
Cards, they put them in a computer. Can we stand outside?
Yeah.
They jam occasionally.
jam? That didn't jam. It just said ballot not read. Jamming is different than a ballot not read. This is insane.
They jam occasionally. Paper.
This happens frequently.
All right, I'm gonna move on. This is from Real Robert. This person was caught filling out ballots on behalf of Kamala Harris for I don't know if it was hours, but they said she sat there, for a half an hour. That's right. And she filled out, I think he said multiple, I think it was 6 or something. I think it says. We'll go through it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to send it to Bill. This lady is marking the ballots. I filmed her a half hour. I think I filmed her for a half hour is what he meant to say. But
this lady is marking the ballots.
Illegally.
I filmed her a half hour ago doing 6.
Wow.
And she's still working at it.
Crazy. That is crazy.
Let's stamp it, received. And let's fill in our 6 blanks.
Are you kidding me?
All at the top of the tickets on each one. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is
6.
Crazy.
There, who's watching her?
A cop right there.
Cops are
He doesn't
in
care.
on it.
They don't even care that she's doing this. You're not even allowed to write on another person's ballot, not even a mark. That means the ballot has been like not adjudicated, but it's been void, basically, is the best way to put it. And you need to get a provisional ballot to like if that happens. But you don't even know because this is after you've left. So whose ballots are those? Like, are they mail-in? Are they early votes? What are they? This is beyond fraudulent. Beyond. This is like super, super, super illegal federal crime. That's what this is. I mean, so same with the handing a vote to someone outside the thing. This is happening. I think this is the one I was talking. I was thinking of earlier. This is a different one. There's so many different issues right now with the election. It's insane. So what happened in I don't know if you guys remember in 2008 was it, or was it 2000? Was it the second election with Obama or the first? It was one of them. But when you would click on the name, it would pick the person below it. So if you picked McCain, it chose Obama. If you chose Obama, it chose Bernie Sanders. If it chose Bernie Sanders, it chose whatever the last one was. And it was weird as hell. So if you wanted McCain, you had to click above the section of boxes. Like, say these, were the names, and you click here, boom, McCain. It would say, no, thank you for choosing Obama. Or, it wouldn't say thank you, but it would highlight Obama. And you'd be like, no, stop. And you try to click it again and it wouldn't work. And then you're like, why is it clicking below it? And then you try clicking Obama and it clicks Sanders, and you click Sanders and it does the one below it. And then you find out, oh, okay, something's wrong with this. And then so you would click above McCain's name and it would choose McCain. And you're like, that's so weird. So you had to click above to pick your candidates. And it's happening again. I've seen 3 videos on Twitter circulating where people were trying to click Trump Vance, and every single time it shows Kamala Walls, and they were like, no, stop. Like, and it didn't work. Every time it just kept highlighting their name, and they're like, okay. And they tried clicking the other ones, and it would do the same thing again. It clicked the one below it, click the one below that, and then so they clicked above it, like people did with the McCain vote, and it finally worked. And they're like, oh, okay, good, it's working now. And the other person who was watching her was like, where did you click? And she's like, I clicked above the name to do it. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. I couldn't get mine to work either. And it's like, what? This is crazy.
James Carpenter, I just voted.
So this person is complaining about people, their votes being switched once they've cast their vote. They would check online to see who they voted for, because you can do that. And when they checked, it said, I didn't vote for who I voted for. It switched everything to the Democratic Party, or whatever party they voted for, it switched to the opposite, which is most likely the Democratic. We all know that. Dallas, this is Dallas area. Dallas Fort Worth. It looks like Dallas County. I think that's Dallas County. That's where I was born. So I'm pretty sure it's right. And it's literally like a very Democrat place in the central part of the city. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
Voted in the White Settlement election. I voted for one president, checked it on the video screen. When I got the paper ballot, it had the other candidate's name on it. Check your paper ballots, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Do it at home too.
My name is Lucas Clark, and I voted here at White Settlement Library in Fort Worth.
Yeah, right outside of Dallas. So this is Fort Worth, I guess. But yeah, it's right outside of Dallas County. I thought, okay, that's Dallas County right there next to it.
For about 45 minutes.
I thought Fort Worth was there.
People that came out and said that their ballots were changed. So
let's see that. What? Yeah. These people were supposed to be all Republican. And it goes rep, dem, rep, dem, rep, dem. That's not right. Wow. That is crazy. That is so crazy.
We're changed, so everybody double check your printed out ballots.
Thank you.
And they vote, and once they print out their ballot, it's different.
Thank you very much, sir.
That is crazy. Someone else was saying basically the exact same thing. I can't remember. I thought it was in Dallas, but I guess it was another one. Let me see if we have that one where they were saying Is this it?
Allegations made, we have to make a report on. So
Let's see. No, this is a different one. Woman calls the police near a polling place for a sign that says if you're not a citizen of the United States, you cannot vote. And she calls the police on this person. This is also insane. It's not illegal to have a sign outside of a ballot center as long as it's not right at the door.
you guys have ID on you?
I'm not going to have a police report filed on me for. We're not beyond the electioneering line.
See?
We didn't do anything wrong because a lady was triggered by a sign. We have to have a police report filed on us? That sounds kind of extreme.
It's a voter thing.
Right, a voter thing. So what's the law that was broken?
Harassment, voting.
There's no harassment.
I know, but we'll have to do a report for the state.
Imagine every Democrat voter that pulls up here and gets triggered by us handing out Republican stuff. There's going to be 17 police reports on us today?
Fortunately.
We're not.
That's insane. Like, we don't even have to get into this anymore. That's just insane. It's a police state, and it's just fascism. Here we go. This is what I was talking about. Okay, see, this is posted by American Papa Bear, by the way. Go check him out. This is actually one of the videos I was talking about. So, as you can see, here are the candidates for president right here and vice president. And when you click on him, it doesn't work. It clicks here. And you're like, what? Okay, and you're like, try it again. Boom, clicks here. So they had to click here in this top bluish bar, the second bar from the top, and that doesn't even have a candidate on it. This happened back on video. There's videos of it happening back during Obama. See, look, nothing. It clicks below it. It actually looks like two below it. That's even weirder. So it clicks two below all the way down to Kamala Harris and skips over this.
Did you push right there? Yes, I pushed right there.
That's crazy. Watch that.
Why it automatically?
Here, hold on. Yep.
Why it automatically did it? Okay.
There we go. Finally.
Yes, I pushed right there.
So they had to push to get Trump. They had to click on this line in the middle of it. They couldn't click here because it chose Kamala. They had to click right here in between the two lines. So it's basically the same thing that happened with Obama and McCain, or was it Romney? My bad. I think it was Romney actually. Yeah, it was Romney. My bad, Romney. And yeah, so it like back then it was like up here. You had to click one bar above at least, and now they're like not only is it dropping them 2 bars below, but they have to click in the middle of it instead of at the check mark like you always do. That is so weird. That is so weird. I've already seen a couple videos of this happening. Let's see if they're. Hold on. Okay, so we'll click on that. We don't have to worry about that now. Got done with my bookmarks. Let's see if anybody posted one of those other ones I saw earlier. I guess not. All right, we're gonna move on. So this is Wall Street. Oh no, we went over that. Let's see. You don't need to watch that actually. All right, this is a man of memes. I know we went over that one too. My bad, guys. Sorry. How many of these did I already freaking go through? Okay, so here you go. Eric Matheny, Pennsylvania is treating voters or voting like insurance companies treat claims. They just want to create obstacles for people so that it's harder to vote. And so they have this massive line, like it's so crowded that people are bringing tailgating even. You know, people are bringing their own chairs. You have people waiting, sitting down and then waiting all the way down here. I mean, I've never seen a voting center this busy in my entire life, ever. Not once. Hopefully that means it's too big to rig, because, I mean, this is record voter turnout. Like, the most I've ever seen. I mean, this is insane. And of course it's in Pennsylvania where all that fraud is going on. Voter suppression in multiple, cities and counties, it is getting out of hand. So in Arizona, a judge just ruled that the Democrat Secretary of State must immediately release the list of nearly 100,000 voters who officials marked as U.S. citizens when they hadn't even provided documentary proof. We already know that there's 218,000 illegal immigrants or non-citizens voting in our election, which they say over 200K right there, boom. So, I mean, it's great that we're finally getting this. Defendants shall release to the plaintiff no later than noon Monday, November 4th. So they're making it happen before the election, which is good. That means that they can take these votes off, and at least it says that approximately 98,000 votes will be hopefully, I'm guessing that means they'll be removed, hopefully not after the election like they wanted to do. That's what the Secretary of State said. They said they knew there was at least 218,000 illegal votes, either through illegal immigrants or non-citizens who were here and just weren't citizens, but they had visas or whatever. So that's good. It's a step in the right direction, but it still concerns me that there are still roughly 120, almost precisely 120,000 illegal votes that are still going to be in the system besides these. So, 98,000, because there's 108 or 218,000. So plus another 2,000, that's 120,000 after you minus the 98 from the 218. So that's just insane. That's still massive amounts. That's just in Maricopa County, by the way. And I mean, the election in 2020 was only 10,000. Like, that's it. I think it's just too crazy. By the way, we went over this video in the beginning. I want you guys to go check out the account, Emily Saves America. She got lots of great stuff. This is Tyler Fisher, the comedian. I love this dude. He's hilarious, little tiny guy.
We are about to drop off our ballot for the presidential vote, and I would never say who I'm voting.
He has one of the best Trump accents or impressions I've ever heard.
And I would never say who I'm voting. They said, "Sir, who are you voting for?" I said, "I'm not going to say." I never say. But I'm going to drop it off at the great post office. And then after, I think I'll celebrate with some McDonald's. I'll get some nuggets. And then from there, I'll go over to the dumpster. And where I live, because I'm trash. But I would never say who I'm voting for. But make sure you get out and vote.
He's hilarious, guys. Go check out Tyler. He has a YouTube special on, a YouTube special on YouTube, obviously. I meant to say a comedy special on YouTube. Go check him out. This is posted by Louis. So I don't know if you guys heard about the woman who accidentally leaked passwords. I think I mentioned this in my last video, I think. Leaked passwords to the election, system online, and then made, said, "Oh, it was an accident. Oops." But it won't mess up our elections. We promise they're secure. Like, just because this happened doesn't mean it's insecure. And I'm like, what? Yes, it does. Have you changed the passwords? Have you made sure that there's no fraud already? If you haven't done any of that, then how do we know that anything is going to be safe in Colorado? They tried to remove Trump from the ballot. She's responsible for that. She's refusing to resign or be held accountable for any of her actions that she's gotten in trouble for, whether it's 30,000 registration invitations to illegals, got caught doing that, publishing the election passwords online, got caught doing that, tried to remove Trump from the ballot, and now she couldn't. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Alexandria Daddario is. She's actually really pretty, and she has blue eyes, dark hair, like dark brown hair, and kind of, let's just say she's busty, and she's gorgeous. But this woman looks like a fat, ugly version of her. And when you see this fully, you're going to be like, oh my God, I see it. It looks like fat, older Alexandria Daddario. Now tell me, we're going to look it up actually. Here you go. All right. Oh, it's Alexandra. My bad. All right. We're going to find a picture that's more, let's see. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We'll do, I mean, that's not a great picture, but I guess we can do this one. Here we go. All right. Bam. Now tell me she doesn't just look like Alexandria in a fat suit. And I mean, they have similar noses, eyes, eyebrows, hair, like everything except for the fatness. And it's just ridiculous. Oh, it's going to, seriously, that makes me laugh. All right. But yeah, this is posted by James Wood. Watching Hugh Hewitt bitch slap a Democrat fluffer masquerading as a journalist is pure gangster.
seem like this week.
This is a WAPO, Washington Post Live. It's ridiculous. I didn't even know I didn't even know they had like live news.
Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for contesting the election by complaining that cheating was taking place in Pennsylvania by suing Bucks County for alleged irregularities. And this is on top of his continual assertion that if he loses, it's because of cheating.
Yeah, he's been laying the groundwork for this, just not in the last week, but in the last umpty-ump months. No election can be fair unless in Donald Trump's mind, unless Donald Trump wins it. And I think we are going to see him both rev up his supporters to contest elections outside of courtrooms and go to every courtroom he can in America where it's relevant to make whatever happen this time. And now I'll let you go, Hugh.
Well, I've just got to say, we're news people, even though we're at the opinion section. It's got to be reported. Bucks County was reversed by the court. And instructed to open up extra days because they violated the law and told people to go
Voter
home.
suppression.
So that lawsuit was brought by the Republican National Committee, and it was successful. The Supreme Court ruled that Glenn Youngkin was successful. We are news people, even though we have
Glenn Youngkin and the removing illegals from the voting system.
Opinions, and we have to report the whole story if we bring up part of the story. So yes, he's upset about Bucks County, but he was right, and he won in court. That's the story.
Exactly. Look how upset they are. He's ignoring him, and she's like, whatever.
No, I don't appreciate being lectured about reporting when many times you come here saying lots of things that aren't.
I won't come back, Jonathan. I'm done. I'm done. This is the most unfair election ad I have ever been a part of. You guys are working. That's fine. I'm done.
Yeah, working for the system. Yeah. Look at his smug little fucking, sorry, my language, effing face.
So Ruth, you wrote a column this week ending with this line, and actually I think this is perfect. We're going to put it on the screen. You wrote, "You want to know the stakes of this election? Not only democracy, but decency."
You're right. And if Kamala wins, we lose both. We're not a democracy, number one, but if you want to consider us one, whatever. But she was selected, not elected. She constantly calls for the banning free speech or limiting it in many ways, and she's against American values. So please tell me why we should vote for a person that's against everything that she says she's for. Is contradictory, and then you want to vote for a guy who was already in power, had the presidential position, and yet never did any of the things you guys claim he's going to do if he gets power again. It makes no sense. We know what a Trump presidency looks like, presidency looks like, and we knew what he wanted to do, but was kind of kept from being able to do due to his people that he didn't really know how to pick advisors at the first time. So he was picked what people told him to pick. And that kept him from being able to do what he wanted, because he was basically, let's just put it, I guess the best way to put it is just, I'll just say it the same way I said it previously. He was just kept from being able to do what he wanted to by the deep state. And it's, this time around, he knows not only who he wants, which he's already done. He was the first person to not only pick his administration, but fund the formation of his administration. Normally, you have to wait until the government can fund the formation of an administration, usually do it after an election. He's already done that. And that shows you he is ready to get work done on day one. There's not going to be any I need to pick this person and that person and this person and that person. It's going to be, we're getting shit done the moment things go down. And that's what a president should be ready to do. And he knows now how to drain the swamp. So he will drain it this time, because the swamp is the most dangerous thing to, democracy, aka the Constitutional Republic of America. This is, we're going to go into some news on Israel. Like I said, this is ridiculous. Kids are just brainwashed, and I'm glad to see that some of them are willing to listen, but it's just ridiculous how brainwashed they are. This Zach Sage Fox, again, he always puts out great videos, and they go as Halloween characters, just, dressing up, and ask kids, do you trick or treat? And if they say trick, I think they get a little piece of like it's truth basically, and they get like a piece of information that they've been lied to or tricked by Hamas of, and then they get a piece of candy, but it's from Israel, and they're like, I don't want it.
You really want
Sorry, that's my dog. She was just shaking.
take Israeli candy? Are you anti-Israel? Are 95% of Jews fascist? Yes. Fuck Iran. For the last year, the world has been tricked by Hamas propaganda. So we've decided to conduct a social experiment. The results are haunting. You get to pick a trick or a treat. I'll take a treat. Thank you. So that's candy from Israel. Ew. You really won't take Israeli candy? Yeah. Aren't you guys with the ACLU? Aren't you supposed to be about human rights? I'm on a diet right now. You weren't on a diet before I told you it was from Israel. Are you anti-Israel? Of course. Really? Free Palestine. Trick or treat? You get to pick. Trick.
I do the trick.
Okay.
You were tricked to believe that all civilian casualties are solely as a result of Israeli action.
Hamas hides in hospitals. They hide in little girls' bedrooms.
What did you think about the trick you just read?
That's crazy.
Are y'all Zionists? Yeah, what do you think of Zionists? They're fascists. Are 95% of Jews fascists? Because 95% of Jews are Zionists.
Yes, I completely believe that.
Are you guys Israeli?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're willing to look at these two nice people right here you've never met and call them a fascist without being. You go to NYU?
I go to NYU.
What have you heard about Israel?
Apartheid.
You think there's apartheid in Israel? That's a trick.
And they also made this a narrative that it's not.
Literally, if you really want to get down to it, you could accurately say, pretty accurately actually, now that I think about it, pretty damn accurately say that Israel is the only non-apartheid place in that area of the Middle East. Syria, Lebanon, or not Lebanon, well, kind of Lebanon because of the terrorists that are now there and taking over a Christian country, an old Christian country. You could definitely say in Palestine and in Egypt, even Saudi Arabia is getting better with it now. But yeah, I mean, people are separated by race, religion, by whatever it is. I mean, in Gaza, there's a neighborhood called Al-Abid, which means the slaves. And you're telling me that Israel is worse than Gaza? That the people of Gaza are just oppressed by Israel? Really? Then why are they oppressing other people if they're oppressed? Why are they oppressing people because they're black? Why are they literally selling black children, like toddlers and babies, for $250 to $400 American dollars? Like, what? And Israel is somehow an apartheid where they have gay people, gay neighborhoods, gay, even like they don't do like a whole month of pride. I don't think they just do like a weekend parade. Like that's it. It's nothing like America's debauchery parades, but they still do that. There's not gay people in Gaza in the West Bank flee to Israel so they can find somewhere safe, either live there their whole lives after that, or they move somewhere else where they, wherever they want. If they stayed in those other areas, they would be killed. That's apartheid. Like, what is wrong with these people?
That it's the big bad white settler versus the poor brown native.
They're murdering children. You killing children? They go on and they keep doing.
Like, I don't know how many times I have to tell people, but my DNA, for example, is definitely not, white. Like, hold on, give me a second. I'm going to show you guys my DNA test, and it'll show you what my background actually is, like specifically like on a map. And people are, if Jews are just white colonizers, I may look white, but I told you I'm black, I'm Haitian, Greek, and some Eastern European, Jewish, Ashkenazi, and then Sephardic. So here it is. This is a post that I made the other day when someone else told me I'm a white, colonizing Jew. Okay. That's the main one right there. The purple one, Israel and that area. Turkey, Iran, and, southern, basically, like Georgia and stuff like that, because that's where my family fled some of my family fled after they left Israel to escape the Romans. Some of my other family was taken into North Africa by the Romans to live in some of their colonies. My dad's family is from this area originally. They went to Haiti afterwards. And some of my family that, escaped and went through Russia after pogroms and stuff ended up here and intermarried with some of the people in Belarus and Poland. So as you can see, my family history, what I've told you guys multiple times, perfectly matches my map. The majority of my DNA says I am a Middle Eastern Jew. So I mean, am I a colonizer just because you don't like me and my people being in that land. Like, I'm not there, but I mean, like, people like me are there. Only 28% of the entire Jewish population in Israel comes from the European diaspora, but they still have Levant, Middle Eastern DNA in there. It may not be as much as mine, but it's still pretty, it's obvious that it's not just 1% or 2%. I mean, the lowest I think I've ever seen in European Jews is usually like 7 to 9%. But I mean, it's averaging usually around like 9 to 15%. So as you can see, we still have a huge connection to the land DNA wise. And it's not going to just disappear because you think we're white.
Doing this shit?
Do you know how the war got started? Do you know what happened on October 7th?
I have no idea.
The terrorist group Hamas infiltrated Israel and murdered 1,200 innocent civilians and took hundreds of Israeli hostages back into Gaza.
I think it's just sad, I think about my family.
So you think Israel's committing a genocide? Yes. If Israel wanted to genocide Gaza, they could. We agree on that. Then why haven't the numbers gone up in the death?
If you guys remember, I remember back in March, they were saying that the death toll has risen all the way to 45,000. Okay, if that was true, then why is the death toll right now 43,000? It hasn't increased. It's actually decreased since March. How is that possible? Obviously, it's because there was inaccuracies, but that means that the ratio of civilian to combatant is around 1 to 1.4, 1.5. And I think he actually may say this later, or another video right after this one says that. And that's never been seen in any modern urban warfare in the history of the world.
In the last 6 months.
Like when we did modern urban warfare in the Middle East, when we did it, the American people, when US went to war with other people, the average ratio for America was about 7 or 8 to 1. That's horrible. 7 civilians for every 1 combatant. Israel is doing basically 1 to 1. And the worst it's been throughout this entire conflict for about a month and a half, it was 2 to 1, but it's evened it back out to about 1 to 1 again. And that's the average for the entire war, since October 7th.
Months. It's the worst genocide ever. You're shaking right now because you know that doesn't make any sense.
The death figure is basically 1 to 1. Any other war, it's usually 9 or 10 to 1. Something I just hope you understand.
Here's my problem. I feel like you have a very strong...
I've been to the West Bank. I've been to Israel. Clearly, you've been...
Yeah, we went over the entire interview he did with West Bank people saying they all supported Hamas. They all supported the murdering of Jews. They supported the raping of Jews. They supported every action that Hamas does in the West Bank. They all said that. He almost got killed for asking questions because he sounded like he wasn't on their side when one of the people was like, oh, you don't like this? What? And then he came up, he's like, what side are you on? Blah, blah, blah.
That's the point of why I'm handing these out. You don't know anything.
On October 7th, there was a big
protest against Israel.
Yeah.
Was everybody covering their face?
A lot of people were.
You're only supposed to do that on Halloween.
There was a guy who brought out a Jewish flag.
The one that got beaten up?
Yeah, right.
You guys are from Israel?
Yes.
Have you felt discrimination being Israeli?
They were wearing the kafir.
And they just started attacking you?
Yes.
And how old are you?
14.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Have you seen violence from Jews against the other side?
No.
That's a little telling.
100%.
I think
if Jews and Israelis are just these violent people who want to kill Palestinians, why aren't they going to Palestinian rallies and like committing a mass shooting? That's a real question. Like, why, if they're so bad, why aren't they showing it? Why are you people the one who are attacking Jews if the Jews are the bad ones? It makes no sense. The argument doesn't hold up to any scrutiny or logic at all.
they're being emotionally manipulated by Hamas. Hamas knows what the West is going to get upset about.
The only thing worse than Hamas is yogurt too.
I definitely think there's propaganda.
Are you open to hearing about the fact that you guys may have been tricked by propaganda this year? Did you know that Hamas built tunnels underneath Gaza, terror tunnels specifically, so that they could use...
It just shocks me that some of these people not only didn't know what happened on October 7th, they just thought that Israel started bombing Gaza. And then some of these people are so ignorant and brainwashed, they don't have any clue that like what's behind Hamas, like who they are, what they do, what their, motto and creed is to like kill all Jews worldwide. How do people not know this when they're sitting there wearing keffiyehs and, the scarves, you don't know what that is, and other stupid things? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. How can you be so ignorant and so blind that you support something that you don't even have the information to back up? Like, I'm not going to go support a cause unless I can justify my support in that cause through verification of information that I've learned about said cause. I don't go out and support something if I'm ignorant on that topic. I will not openly support a topic unless I have enough information to justify my reasons of support.
their own people as human shields.
I didn't know that.
Do you think it's okay for terrorists to put their infrastructure in little girls' bedrooms and hospitals, schools?
Crazy.
Well, the media is tricking you by not telling you.
Because they know that's how they emotionally manipulate the West.
Now that you've seen some of the tricks in writing, will you look things up a little more if you hear your friends talking bad about Israel?
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're not able to talk, even if you disagree.
We wish everybody was like you.
Yeah.
Can we give you some treats too?
Sure.
Have a nice day. You too. Did you learn anything? Will you at least do more research before you go and say something about Israel?
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Seriously.
A keffiyeh wearing guy in a green sweater, like, it just shocks me that he was actually being even open to having the conversation. And that's sad. And that just shows you how brainwashed these people are. They see a keffiyeh and they're like, I can be virtuous just by wearing this. And it's like, you just spent money on a keffiyeh that's created in China. So no people in the Middle East are going to get any benefit of you buying that. You wear it to show, you virtue signal to the people around you that you support a cause that you think is a good humanitarian thing to support. It's ridiculous.
Thank you for the dialogue.
So what's the new slogan?
Peace between everybody.
Yeah.
I love that, my guy. Dude, peace in the Middle East.
Peace in the Middle East.
All right, let's move on. We got this from Marina Medvin. This is one of the ones that the girl was talking about where she, talked about the ratio and the proportional violence and stuff.
October 7th was a tragedy. No innocent civilians deserve to die on either side.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying it.
Hold on. Dog, she's coughing. Sorry, my dog was, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was someone banging on the wall.
I feel like the tragedy going on in Gaza is on a much larger scale.
Sure.
So it's like if I hit you this hard, you're going to be 10 times harder. I feel like that doesn't
Absolutely. Do you know what the UN states as the civilian to combatant death ratio for modern urban war? 9-1. That means 90% of people. Absolutely not. But look at what the numbers are. Even if you take Hamas's estimates, we're at about 1.4 to 1, and that's if you take Hamas's estimates. Meaning we are completely in every metric doing a better job of protecting innocent people than any other modern.
I think I'm trying to remember if this guy sitting next to him that's not
history.
talking. I think this is him or I think, hold on.
The world. Why is that?
Him. I think he was one of the hostages, if I remember correctly, actually. I think so. I'll have to double check that later, but I think he was one of the hostages. I've seen him in interviews and other videos, so I'm pretty sure that's right.
Because Israel goes out of their way. My team literally escorted thousands of Palestinians at the expense of our own lives, knowing Hamas could be embedded amongst those civilians to safety. Why would we do that if we wanted to murder innocent people? Why would we drop millions of leaflets? Why would we make millions of phone calls? The only reason is because we want innocent people to live. We do not care anything about Gaza. We just want peace. Unfortunately, Hamas has made that impossible. 20 years of building terror tunnels. $40 billion since 1995 has Hamas received. I'm saying Hamas because it's technically earmarked for the Palestinians. It does not go to the Palestinians. You look at UNRWA. Did you hear the story about how the UNRWA headquarters, what was underneath it? Hamas tunnels. And they're like, oh, we didn't know that Hamas was operating under the UNRWA headquarters in Gaza. Does that sound like it makes sense?
Now that I'm getting bombarded with things that are obviously blowing my opinions apart, my narrative apart, I'm just going to say, I don't know enough. Sorry, I don't want to talk about it. It's like you knew enough to criticize me and criticize Israel, but once you find out you're wrong and you just can't argue anymore, you say, oh, I don't have enough information. I'm going to back up now and leave. It's like you've had an opinion the entire time calling Israel bad names and Jewish people bad names and criticizing them, and yet just because your information, your stuff that you had criticizing them was fit your narrative. The moment you find out, oh, that's wrong, you're like, oh, now I'm going to back up and not speak because I don't have enough information. But prior to that, you didn't matter to you because you had very little untrue information, and that was enough for you to talk on it then. Crazy. So this is ridiculous. This is from Wikipedia, Wiki bias on Twitter. So the original page for Zionism, I remember this because I actually had it screenshotted a while ago to prove to someone that it meant what it meant. And here it originally said the movement that emerged in the 19th century to espouse the establishment of a homeland for the Jewish people. It says in Palestine, but obviously in the Levant, and a region roughly corresponding to the land of Israel in Jewish tradition. It's more like history. So this is still not even accurate 100%. It's still biased. It's not historically accurate 100%. calling it Palestine, saying roughly that area. It's all BS. Following the establishment of Israel, Zionism became an ideology that supports the development and protection of the state of Israel. That's roughly correct. I mean, that's pretty close to, it just means Zionism is the belief that the Jewish people have the right to self-determination and the right to return to their indigenous homeland of Israel and protect that homeland. That's it. That's all it means, nothing more, nothing less. But now it says it's an ethno-cultural nationalist movement that emerged in Europe in the 19th century, aimed at establishment of a Jewish state through colonization, even though they decolonized the land, of a land outside of Europe, with the rejection of alternative proposals for a Jewish state. That's a lie. They literally took offers for multiple different things, and they were the ones who were promised more and continually denied, in a region corresponding to the land of Israel in Judaism, a central importance in Jewish history. Zionists wanted to create a Jewish state in Palestine with as much land as many Jews and as few Palestinian Arabs as possible. That's, again, a lie. We wanted people to live there together, and the Arabs refused. Following the establishment of the state of Israel, Zionism became Israel's national or state ideology. It's just ridiculous. It's so biased, so much lies, and that's now on Wikipedia. And that's why people say you should not trust Wikipedia, because it's not just, you can edit things. Yeah, but the edits have to be approved. But the fact is, that means that people who are editing this and the people who are approving it even are biased enough to say, well, yeah, someone edited it, but I like the edit, so I'm going to keep it on here. And it's insane. Like, that should not happen. There should be a better vetting system for information that's, being changed on these sites. This is something I wanted to show you guys from Vivid. Israeli soldiers, if someone says, oh, Israel doesn't help people, they just hurt kids and they blow them up, they shoot them, blah, blah, blah. They do so much for these people. They play games with them. They give them food. They give them water. They carry them to wherever they need to go if they're injured. They give them medical treatment. They give them surgery in Israeli hospitals. They donate kidneys and livers, and not livers, but after soldiers who die, donate their organs to people. And their organs go to Palestinians much of the time. Like, they're bandaging up this little girl who looks like she hurt her foot. Come on, what's going on? Yeah, it looks like she doesn't have any socks. They're making socks that have gauze for her. It's probably, it's either that or she injured the bottom of her feet where we can't see. Oh yeah, so wounds, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, so she did injure her little feet. Yeah, and that's just one of many videos I'd reposted to show what the IDF does to help people. And we already heard from an IDF soldier what they do there. But that's going to be it for today, guys. All right, Shabbat Shalom, Shalom Shabbat. Have a good Friday. Be safe. Don't forget to go down there, smash the like button for me. Leave a comment for me also. You can let me know if you guys want anything for me to cover or anything else. Don't forget, please go down there and hit that subscribe button. It's little for you guys, but it means a lot for me. And ring the bell for notifications so you can get all my new stuff. And don't forget to share this video if you guys like it. Don't forget to go check out my Discord and my merch store at streamlabs.com/conservative-confucius/merch. At streamlabs.com/conservative-confucius/merch. Alrighty, guys. Don't forget to go vote either today or don't forget on November 5th. It's important. Make sure you get out and vote. Alrighty, guys. Have a good one. Bye.